the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. I'm up here on the North Ogden Divide. I'm along the Indian trails is what they're called. These Indian trails run from like Sandy all the way up through Logan, and they follow the ridge of the mountains, and the Native Americans use them as their highway. Right now, Mountain Road, Highway 89, and these roads are this direction. You got Highway 89, and then you got I-15, and those are our main arteries that go north and south of the Wasatch Front. Well, there's a trail that runs right here, and these Native American trails, which they've deemed Indian trails, they follow the ridge of the mountains. And there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings on these trails. I'm going to tell you guys about one of my favorite ones. You guys ain't going to find this one in a sighting report. My Aunt Lori, or it's actually Laurie, excuse me, Aunt Laurie. It was her boyfriend in the 80s that told me the story, and this tells you how big of a Bigfoot enthusiast I've been all my life. You know, even as a little kid, somehow Bigfoot got brought up, and this guy told me what happened to him up here. He lived down by high school when this happened. He was going to Weber High School.
Weber, Ben Lomond, probably Ben Lomond.
He was going to Weber. They lived pretty close to the school, but anyway, he was a big-time skier, and this was in the early 80s when we had a lot of snow. He was skiing on Powder Mountain, and he was using the North Ogden Pass to get home. And they went day skiing, and it was probably about 5 p.m. as they were coming up over this, and there was still sunlight and everything, and they watched it leap. Dark brown or black creature. There was 3 of them that seen it, including my aunt's boyfriend. It leaped the 10-foot snowbanks from snowbank to snowbank across this 2-lane road. And it was so close when they watched it leap that they were like looking up at it in their windshield. It practically leaped their car at the same time as leaping the road from snowbank to snowbank. Well, it's right up by these Indian trails. These ancient Indian trails that people still use today to hike on, mountain bike, what have you. I come hiking up on them all the time just because I know it's a Bigfoot hotspot. That's just one of the sightings I'm going to come back here and tell you time after time. That's the one that you get out of me today. But I'm going to pan around a little bit and tell you about these Indian trails. The Native Americans, when they used them, it was their freeway, and they camped along them as they were traveling and stuff. So they cast berries and stuff to the sides of the trails, and so there's a great food source in berries all the time up here. And right this direction, right behind Derek, is the actual road the creature leaped. And then there's a parking lot over there that's a trailhead for people. And even in the wintertime, if you guys can't tell, there's a horse trailer down there, a couple of horse trailers, and a lot of people are hiking on these, even in the snowy conditions. You can see the bigger part of the trail over there. And then something else I want to show you guys, another food source up here, and it's everywhere up here along this divide. This is oak brush. This is oak. And these drop acorns in the fall, so pretty much most of the year Bigfoot has several types of berries that grow along the sides of these trails, and I know they grow along the sides of these trails because I hike up here and I eat them. Then in the fall, I've got a great protein source just before it really gets cold. There's all types of oak brush, and I'm just gonna pan around a little bit. I mean, I'm surrounded in large oak brush. I mean, some of these, I guess you could get away with calling them an oak tree. They're no longer oak brush, they're getting big. So yeah, this is the North Ogden Divide, and anywhere along these Indian trails, I'm always reading about sighting reports. And people find structures along them. Our team does not take the structures that we find up here, or other people find up here, seriously, because it's right by the Ogden area, and it extends up to Logan, Salt Lake City, Sandy. It's a high travel area, so people screwing around, hoaxing, whatever, we just can't make those structures a part of our study. Our study is going to be in remote locations where someone has to go off trail 8 to 10 miles into the primitive forests. Those are the ones that we take seriously if we deem that they probably weren't man-made. So yeah, this is a great place for Bigfoot sightings, this and that, but we just can't take the structures here seriously. It's just too close to big populations, and as you can tell, it's a very popular place. I mean, you can see all the cars in the parking lot. But yeah, the Bigfoot jumped across the road in front of his car in the 80s, and there's been a lot of sightings where the Bigfoot has crossed the road right about here by these trails, and I'll tell you some more of those in the future.